Today I am going to discuss about the geometrical notation of the logistic regression. Logistic regression we use for the binary classification problem most of the time, right? So in the binary classification we can say we have only the two classes, yes or no or 0 or 1, right? So these type of the classes we usually have in the binary classification. So let's we have the two classes, this or this, right? So we have to classify both the classes correctly. So for that, if we have 2 dimension, then we use the line. If we have 3 dimension, then we use the plane. If we have more than 3 dimension, then we use the hyperplane. So we have to find the best fit line or best fit plane which can classify these two classes correctly, right? So that is our objective, and we are assuming that assuming that both the classes are linearly separable. It means if the classes are not linearly separable, then we cannot use the logistic regression. In that case, we have to use some different algorithm like SVM. So we are assuming that I have a 3-dimensional data set, x1, x2 or x3. So in that case, I will use the plane. So we have to find the equation of the plane, right? Let's check how we can find the equation of the plane. This is the plane and this is the vector and which is passing through this particular coordinate x0, y0, z0. Then the equation of the plane which is passing through this particular point A, it means x0, y0, z0, and has a normal vector, it means normal vector from this plane. Then the equation would be like this. We can also write this equation this way. Okay, if the coordinate we can say x1, x2, x3, and n vector is your, we can say w1, w2, w3, right? In that case our equation would be like this, and we can also transform this equation into this form. So final equation of the plane would be w transpose tx plus b equal to 0. This would be the equation of the plane. If the equation is passing through the origin, then the equation would be like this. This would be 0, w transpose tx is equal to 0. W is your row vector. W is your row vector. W1, W2, W3 if we have the 3-dimensional, and x is your column vector. X1, X2, X3. And if it is not passing through the origin, then the b would be your scalar or the 1-dimensional. Let's check. We have two classes. This is your positive classes and this is your negative classes, and both the classes are linearly separable, and we can say the positive classes be denoted with +1 and negative classes we can denote with -1. It means y belongs to +1 and -1. These are two classes, and the equation of the plane would be like this. So if you see x is your dimension, input variable, right? So input variable will be same. This will not be changed, right? So how we can get the different linear plane? We can say I can use this particular plane like this. This is also a linear plane, right? This is the P1, this is the P2. So which plane we can use to classify both the classes correctly? How we can say that? So for that we have to find the different w and b value, right? Because x will be same, for both the plane, but w and b will be different for both the plane, right? So we have to change the w and b value, and then we will get the different planes. Okay, so this way we can find the different plane. But now question comes, how we will decide which plane we have to use? So let's check how we can do that. So which plane we have to use? For that we have to check the distance of these points, because distance will play a major role. Because by using the distance we can classify these points with the help of this plane. If we know the distance of this particular point from the plane, then we can say this will belong to positive class or the negative class. So we have to find the distance first. This is your xi point and this is your, we can say, xj point, right? So if it is a line, not a plane, then the equation of the line would be, we can say ax plus by plus c equal to 0, and the distance formula would be ax plus by plus c equal to a square plus b square. This is the equation of the distance of each points. If we have the linear plane, then the distance would be like this. If it is passing through the origin, w transpose t xi, absolute value of w is your vector, so absolute value of the vector, it means magnitude of the vector. If it is a unit vector, then the magnitude of the vector would be equal to 1. So we can also write this equation di equal to w transpose t xi. This is your generic equation. If we want to calculate total distance for all the points, so we can say summation I equal to 1 to n, let there are n points, so we can say w transpose t xi. I will iterate from 1 to n points. So because we have find the equation of the distance, so we have to find a one classifier with the help of this particular distance. By using that, we can classify whether this point will belong to positive class or whether this point belong to negative class. So let's check how we can create a classifier. So as you know, distance is equal to w transpose t x. Okay, so let's check, this is your xi point, this is your xj point. So the di would be your, we can say w transpose t xi, and dj would be your w transpose t xj, right? So if you see, w is your vector, row vector, w1, w2, w3 if it is a 3 dimension, and x is your column vector, x1, x2, x3, right? If you see here, x is a vector and w is also a vector, but for this particular point, right? Because if it is a vector, then this will also have a direction, this will also have a direction. Here w, we are assuming that w is a perpendicular to this plane and has a direction toward the positive points. It means w will have direction in this particular region, right? And w will have a direction in this region is in the form of negative. So this would be, this is positive and this is also positive, so multiplication would be positive. It means both are in the same direction. This is in the negative direction, this is positive, right? So positive negative would be your negative, and multiplication would be greater than 0 for all these points, and for all these points multiplication would be less than 0, right? But still we are not able to classify the points correctly. Let this is the negative point, okay? And if we will use this particular formula, in that case the direction would be positive, so this will be classified at a positive point, right? If we will use this formula, in that case we will not able to use this particular formula correctly, so we have to make some modification in the formula. So what modification we can do? So what we can do, we can use by I, it means output variable, which has the two classes, +1 and -1. So what we can do, we can multiply w transpose t x with by I, right? So let's see, if the by I is a positive, it means if by I is a positive, then the by I value would be +1, right? Let's be multiply this. So by I is a positive, so in that case by I value would be +1, and that we already know for the positive point it will be greater than 0, right? This would be positive and this will also positive, so positive positive greater than 0. It means for the correctly classify the positive points, if it is a positive points, okay, and we will use this particular formula, in that case if it is a greater than 0, then we can say this point would be your positive points. Let's say for this particular negative points, if by I is negative, if we will use this, in that case what would happen? If it is a negative, in that case this would be negative, by I we know -1 multiply by W transpose T x, this is your also negative less than 0, so negative negative positive, so this will also be greater than 0. It means for the negative point, if our equation or our formula is greater than 0, then we can say the negative point is also correctly classified. So we can say that if by I multiply by W transpose T x is greater than 0, right, so it will classify positive and negative points correctly, right, if the equation is coming like this. Let's for the some misclassification point, let this particular point, this comes in the region of positive classes. So let's check, because for this point our previous classifier will treat as a W transpose T is greater than 0, but the value of by I is negative, right, so the total value, this is negative, this is positive, then the total value would be less than 0. It means for the incorrectly classified points our equation will be less than 0. It means our equation will be less than 0 for the incorrectly classified point. Let this is the positive points, but it is lie in this particular region, right, so in that case W transpose T x will be less than 0, but the class value will be +1. So if we will multiply by I and W transpose T, this is positive and this formula is negative, positive negative multiplication will be less than 0. So it means this is also incorrect classification. So it means for the incorrectly classification our equation will be like this for both the cases, positive and negative. So we can say our final equation would be like this: if we have the positive and negative classes and both are correctly classified, then our equation would be like this: by I multiply by this W transpose T x greater than 0. Our equation would be like this if the positive and negative class are correctly classified. If positive and negative classified are incorrectly classified, right, if our equation is coming like this for any points, our equation is less than 0, then we can say that that point is incorrectly classified. So this is our final equation, these two. So what we want, our objective is that we want to classify correctly. So we want by I W transpose T x should be greater than 0. We want this should be as much as high, right, because if it is greater than, always greater than 0 for all the points, in that case we will classify all the points correctly if it is always greater than 0. So we want this should be maximum. So if we can say that if it is not passing through the origin, then we can write this equation like this. This is the final equation, right, if it is not passing through the origin. So by using the different W and B value, we will change the plane, right. So let's, I am using this particular plane, I am using this particular plane. So which plane will provide me the maximum value of this particular equation, right, maximum value of this particular equation, that plane will be your best fit plane, that will classify both the classes correctly. So we have to maximize this particular equation. So we have to maximize this particular equation. What is the use of sigmoid function in this particular geometrical notation? Why we use sigmoid function? Because till now we have find out this particular equation, right? And what is the use of the sigmoid function in this particular equation, right? Let's I introduce one outlier here, okay. Then we have to maximize this particular equation by using this particular outlier, and we have to find the best fit plane. Let I am assume this is best fit plane and I am calculating the output of this particular equation. So we can say this particular distance for the negative point is -1 and the distance for these particular points is +1, okay, and this outlier distance is 100 from this plane. So if you will calculate this particular equation by I multiply by W transpose T xi, right, so 1 by I multiply by W. This is your distance D. D is your minus 1 and plus 1, right? So if you will calculate, you will get the minus 90, right? It means for this particular plane, we can say P1 plane, I am getting the equation output is minus 90, right, which is less than 0. It means it will misclassify all the points, right? So let's check. We will use some different plane. We are assuming that this plane will not classify all the points correctly because we introduce some outlier. I am using this particular plane. In that case, our distance would be minus 1 of this outlier, and the distance of these positive and negative points would be 1. It means this would be your 1, then this would be 2, this would be 3, and so on. This would be your 1, then 2, and so on. It means negative point distance is also 1, and the positive point distance also 1 for the first point. Then this would be your 2. So if we will calculate the output of this equation, then this will be your 1, 1, 1, 1 for the positive points, and for the negative point this would be your minus 1. It means class value. And the distance for the first point 1, second point distance 2, third point distance 3, and so on. We have only 5 points, and the negative point distance also the same, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you will calculate, you will get the plus 1, right? It means due to the outlier, my P2 plane showing the equation output plus 1, and P1 showing the equation output minus 90. So as per our classifier, we want this should be maximized. So which plane is providing me the maximized value? P2 plane. So we will use this particular plane. So if you see, this plane is really classify all the positive and negative point correctly? I think no. It means we will not use this particular equation. We have to again make some modification, so that due to this outlier we can also find the best fit plane, because due to the outlier my plane get changed and that plane is not able to classify all the points correctly. So for that we are gonna introduce the sigmoid function. So for that I am gonna introduce this sigmoid function. Let's see what would be the use of that. So sigmoid function is this: 1 divided by 1 plus e to the power minus z. So we can also write the best fit equation would be like this: maximize w, this particular equation, by changing the w and b value. 1 plus e to the power z. Z is your this argmax, we can say by I multiply by W transpose T xi plus b, this. So we can say the final equation would be like this, or if we take the log, then the equation would be like this: log 1 plus e to the power by I multiply by W transpose T xi plus b. This would be your final equation in the form of log. If again you will calculate the output of this equation, then you will able to classify both the classes correctly. Let's see how we can do that. So here what I am doing, I am calculating the output of this particular equation. This we have already calculated, minus 98 plus 1. So by using the sigmoid function, I am calculating the output value of the P1 plane. So I am getting 7.31. For the P2 plane, I am getting 5.3, right? So before the sigmoid function, this is your minus 90 and P2 is your plus 1. But after the sigmoid function, my P1 plane is showing 7.3 and P2 plane is showing 5.7. So which one is maximum? It means it's still P1, right? So due to the sigmoid function, I am still getting the P1 as a best plane, right? So it means by the sigmoid function we can get the final equation like this, which can classify all the points correct. This is also called as a log likelihood. That we will discuss in our next video. how we can maximize the log likelihood value. So if you see here we have to change the different W and B value. How we can do that? That we can do with the help of gradient descent, right? But gradient descent will minimize the value, right? But here we are gonna maximize the value. So what we can do, we can take the negative of the log likelihood, then we can apply the gradient descent, right? In that way we will minimize this particular equation. So that we will cover in our next video. What is the maximum log likelihood?